we felt the calling as we looked across, read the papers, heard the news of all the incidents of violence throughout our country. And I said, we don't want this to happen here in Manatee County. And we had this conversation about especially the relationship between law enforcement and the minority community. I've not had an incident with law enforcement, but from my own perspective, my own feelings about it, there is a level of fear for me. There is a level of distrust.
There's still a lot of distrust in minority communities, whether they're migrant workers or whether they're black family members. And that's why we encourage the partnership, and we thank the NAACP for opening the dialogue back in October, because it's really helped.
When you criticize law enforcement or any group or any person, then you're going to get some feedback from them, whether it's good or bad. And most of the time, it's bad response. And so when you have an honest and open conversation where we sit, we talk, we discuss the issues.
I believe you should mirror the population, because you want the community to see, when they look at an officer, a similar face that they see in the mirror. Black recruitment is very, very difficult, because it's all about money and it's all about economics. Why come to the city of Bradenton and make $39,000 a year when a black officer who's in demand across the state can go to Tampa, go to the sheriff's office and make $46,000?
We have done a far better job, in my opinion, law enforcement in general, in the last 4 or 5 years than we ever have. We have a lot to make up for. If you go back into history, there's always going to be an issue with trust in the minority community because of the way they've been treated for decades. So I always feel that we're trying to make up for issues in the past.
Use of force, any use of force, we view as very, very serious, especially use of a firearm. Police officers are trained to shoot center mass. We're not trained to shoot to kill. We're not trained to wound. Shooting people in the leg and the arm, that's TV stuff. If the situation is that dire that the officer must use his weapon, we're looking at a situation where he must use it to protect his own life or the life of somebody else.
If we didn't need to use deadly force during that situation, a gun wouldn't be drawn. We would be using a taser. We would be using OC spray or whatever intermediate weapon that we have in our possession.